What is going on today, guys? We are back for another episode in Fear the Night. Now, we just finished capturing the shelter. You can see the bodies disappearing on the ground. So now it is time to place our construction bench down. I actually crafted this up on our way back from the loot run, just so we had it all ready to go. So now we can go ahead and check out what you can make on here. Now, early game, the workbench tends to be a little bit more important. Later on, as you go, this bench is definitely one you're going to want to have. It's what you'll use to make other benches. Not only that, but also other storage. So, like the cabinet here is a bigger piece of storage. The medicine bench, the stove is another bench you will use to cook with. The portal is something you can use to unstick your robots. The robots tend to walk off the edge of a bridge, get stuck somewhere, it happens. The game's not perfect, so you'll have to make yourself one of these and have it within a certain distance of the robot to reset them, basically. Then you can also make the fridge, which is used for storing food so it doesn't spoil. Metal spiked walls, which are obviously an upgrade, a significant upgrade to the wooden ones. The wooden ones, I believe, are 900 HP, and the metal spiked ones are 2500. So, big upgrade there. The distillery, which is, your water purifier for the early game until you get the Area 2 POI, which is the water treatment plant. And then you have to do something there to get the water to be. Basically, once you do something, once you capture that and get that turned on right, basically all the water is now clean. It's not tainted and stuff like that. But again, you'll see like tons more benches, other storage related stuff, including walls to build up and around if you want them. So yeah, there's tons of stuff on this bench, absolutely tons. But right now we don't need it. So we basically could have skipped this bench for now, but I wanted to show you guys it just so you guys could see it. But what we're going to do is we're going to fast travel to, I believe it's this one, and we're going to salvage down that pistol quick so you guys can see the broken weapon parts. So we have lots of stuff to salvage. I won't make you guys sit through all of it. But the broken handgun, oh, I'm sorry, it's 3 to 5, my apology. It wasn't 1 to 3. But you get handgun parts out of each one. Again, once you get further out from the beginner area, you are more likely to find these and other broken weapons. They kind of have like an order to them. Handguns first, then it's normally shotguns, then SMGs, and then the rifles. So, it's going to be a matter of getting into the right area to have a better chance at getting what you're looking for. So anyway, ammonia is what you'd use to scrap down into chemicals. Again, this is something you'd use if you're not comfortable with taking that step into the Area 1 layer and fighting through the zombies yet. So you get 1 to 3 chemicals per bottle. So it's not a huge return at all, but it's something. So unfortunately, that's your kind of really your kind of options is you get ammonia, you could get car batteries, or you go into the Area 1 layer right now. You could branch out even further and go up into like say Area 2 or even Area 3 and find like I believe it's bleach in order to scrap down. So there's there's several different ways you can go about it, but again, it's all up to you. It's your personal choice. What you would feel comfortable with basically is what I will say. So anyway, today we're going to be working on some crafting, and more specifically we're going to be working on making some hide and some plywood, getting that all ready to go so we can get ourselves the new bow, and some other stuff like that. So that's going to be the plan for the day. Got to make sure we have what we need on us, which I'm pretty sure we do. We're basically going to have to make glue to make the plywood, and we need just the chemicals and the fur to make the hide, or the hide. So yeah, I think we pretty much got everything on us. I'm gonna pull out a stack of that and just drop off these power tools, because I believe they're the heaviest thing on us right now. Actually, no, the nails are. We have a ton of nails. Absolutely tons of freaking nails, so. Yeah, before we head over there, oh, we need to drink. Water goes down like super quick. See what's that put us at? All right, one more there, and we will eat. Let's just eat this one up because it's about to go to waste anyway, so might as well. All right, let's come on in here. We do have plenty more water ready for us. We can put in our other tainted water there. And we actually need to get some more wood. Another thing I wanted to look at was the antibiotic crafting for greater bandages. That is something that I would say is probably 100% necessary when you're taking over bigger shelters. So just going to drop off another stack of cloth. We have so much cloth already. But greater bandages. So, in order to make greater bandages, you need 4 regular bandages and 2 antibiotics. So, we're going to need to make up some more bandages. We currently only have 14 of them. So, how many antibiotics do we have? We have 41. Okay, so let's shoot for... What do you think? Should we just use it all and make 20 of them then? I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to need to make up 26 more of these. There we go. Get that all queued up. And while that's going, we're going to get some wood for our fire here. We also need wood to make plywood as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a harvest. Definitely got to make sure we stay ahead on bottles of water as well. We do have a decent amount, so it's not, you know, it's not like we're hurting or anything, any sort of means like that. Now, charcoal is very important later on. It is something you'll use to make gunpowder. Again, it's not particularly necessary at the moment. Right now, you probably won't have a gun that you're gonna really be using quite yet. You might be making like the makeshift pistol or something like that, but for me, I will probably skip the makeshift weapons, or if we make them, we'll probably just make them just to show like a little test for it, but make sure nobody's out there. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to come down here, and you'll see we need to make plywood, which will take glue and wood, and glue takes chemicals and plastic, and then we also need to make hide. So we're going to start with the hide first. It doesn't take too long to craft these. It goes pretty quick, but then we're going to have to go get some plastic and a little bit more wood to make the plywood. We've also unlocked field point arrows, which field point arrows are absolutely fantastic. I love switching over to these as soon as possible. They're great. They do significantly more damage, and they're a little bit expensive. I mean, 5 of each of the recycled materials and 3 cloth gets you 10, so a little bit expensive, but well worth it, I think, especially in later areas. We'll probably keep our regular arrows for now, just to use around here, but we should probably make up some of these probably as soon as possible. We're going to want them for taking the school for sure, and then we're also going to want them for the Area 1 layer, which you guys will see why later. But anyway, gunpowder. You need stone, chemicals, and charcoal. It's a 1-to-1 ratio for it. But again, it's once you get onto the guns where you actually need to make ammo, you're going to love the guns. You really are, depending on what you find. Now, unfortunately, it's kind of weird, but SMGs run off of rifle rounds. So, you know, it's a bit more expensive to make for them, but I think the SMGs are probably my favorite gun on here. hands down. So anyway, we need to get ourselves some plastic. Our plastic is over here at our salvage bench. So we're gonna head over there, go ahead and scoop up that 100 stack right there, and we could probably actually drop off that chunk there, because I don't think we're gonna need it. I don't think we really need anything else. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys these survivor notes as well, just so we can have a little bit extra space in there. Drop off our duct tape. Got a lot of salvaging stuff to do here, but again, I'll worry about that off camera. The laptop again is worth, is it worth your time to hold on to? You guys will have to be you guys will have to determine that. For me, probably not. Like I said, once we take over the school, we get access to 3 hacking tablets, and each hacking tablet has 10 uses. So are we going to ever hack 30 robots? Probably not. 30 robots is a lot. It really is, between skeleton and enforcers. So I don't think we're gonna end up doing that. But anyway, we're probably gonna make about 50 plywood for now. So we're gonna want 50 glue. We're just gonna queue up 100, and we're just gonna stop it. So just let her run for a little bit. Unfortunately, you have to stay in the bench when you're crafting. Crafting is not automated. It's kind of unfortunate in a way, but it makes sense as well, because, if you were doing this in real life, you would obviously have to be hands-on to do something like this. But, it would really be helpful if it wasn't. There is one bench in the game, though, that is automated. It's going to be quite a while before we get to that, though. That does take a significant amount of time. We need some serious weaponry, and perhaps even an enforcer or 2 for that. So that's going to be quite a while. Now we're going to need some more wood. We need about 200 wood. I'm not going to get like perfect 200, but we're going to need around 200 wood to make all our plywood that we want. And then we're going to head over to our weapon bench from here. After we get that done, we're going to work on making ourselves the bow. And I think the chained bat as well. So, yeah, I don't think I grabbed my recycled metal, but we should just go ahead and make the chained bat while we're at it, because the chained bat is going to be a great addition to our weaponry. Quite an upgrade, but and I love it. It really is. It's a fantastic weapon. How much are we at now? We're at 109. Okay, so a little bit more here. Nope. Keep going. You end up getting a lot of hemp as you go throughout the game. You'll end up having way more hemp than you end up needing. It's just courtesy of harvesting trees and stuff, and then certain stuff needing the hemp and other things not, so you end up with absolutely tons of it. Alright, there we go, 204, so it's actually pretty good. It was really close. Alright, come in here, do a little more crafting. Roll it on down, all the way to plywood, and 50 of them. So you do get a decent amount of XP for your crafting time. We were getting 100 for this, 40 for this, and 80 for that. So if you figure we're making 50 of each at 220 XP between all 3 of them, that is a significant amount of XP. It's 11,000. Obviously, I think we only made 49 hide, so 10,900. But that's a decent chunk of XP. So it is worth your time for some crafting. Some of the stuff you're going to have to craft, some of it you just can't find. A lot of it you can find. You can find, like makeshift parts. You can find ammo. Can't find field point tips that I'm aware of. I know you can find tons of regular arrows, but I don't think I've ever found field point arrows. I might be wrong on that, but... Oh, wait. We might have found field point arrows over in, what was it? Area 4 layer. Maybe. I don't remember. So hard to remember, to be honest. It's been quite a while since I played this, and it's hard to remember what's in each thing. I believe it's Area 3 layer that we want to get into relatively soon for just going down a short distance and trying to find ourselves some armor in there. We could actually probably take a look at that when we go over to do like our parts run. But that's going to be a while. That we're going to have to... Yeah, that's going to be a while, because we're going to at least want... Well, maybe not, but I was thinking probably that run will probably be around the time we take the big shelter. I might be wrong on that. Now, I don't necessarily play the areas in order. Like, we'll go from here to Area 2, of course. But from Area 2, you know, we'll jump 3 and 4, 7. 7's one of the ones I like the best. 7 is where you can find really good guns in the safes if you get lucky. And you can find mining helmets in that area as well. That's where I go anyway, to loot tons of broken weapons. I'll actually make a complete loot run out of up there. And yeah, it works out pretty good. So, back to the salvage bench quick. We need to grab ourselves our recycled metal, which is right here. And I'm also going to take a few of them, because we're going to need them after. Oh, actually, no we don't. We have the fruit pies, don't we? Go ahead and just eat that, because, yeah, our food was getting down there a little bit from jumping around. Alright, so weapons bench. I'm so used to capturing the shelters in that line around there by the beginner area. I was kind of confused by having to come here. Alright, wooden recurve bow is next on our agenda, and the chain bat. The chain bat just takes a regular bat, 5 metal, and bam, you have yourselves a beautiful early game weapon. Now, repairing it does take recycled metal. So, basically from here out, we're going to need to start carrying specific resources to repair our stuff. Recycled metal for this. Once we make the bow, we're going to need to have hide, plywood, and wood on us to repair that. It's not necessarily a big deal or a problem. It's just a matter of you're going to have to make sure you have certain things on you from now on, just to make sure that when it does come time, that you have everything, because otherwise you're going to be going along and, oh, I need to repair something, and don't have the stuff for it. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is something that you do need to do. So as you'll see, there is a lot of other stuff coming up that's really great looking. Sticky bombs I've never used, but the compound bow is pretty much our next big thing we're going to want out here. It's going to be a while before we get to craft like the SM11, the sawed-off shotgun, but the compound bow is probably the next thing from here we're going to be crafting, and after that we get into the next tier of harvesting tools, and we get into grenades. Grenades are my favorite. There is nothing else like a grenade. Nothing else like a grenade, to be honest. So anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to swap our bows out now. This one we can just go ahead and say see you later, and yeah, go ahead and level up as well here. We're going to take a little more into, what should we go for this time? I feel like water this time, and then we're going to take some more health, because we will be going after the school here pretty soon. I can't give you an exact time frame for it, but maybe we'd make an attempt next episode, perhaps. But anyway, I thought we made up more bandages than that. Oh, never mind. One thing to note about crafting is if you go into a bench, it will stop your crafting. So I forgot about that. That's my bad. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure I queued up enough for for that, but I had. It was just, yeah. I forget. Game's a little bit funky sometimes, so let's test out this thing. This is obviously just gonna destroy these guys. They won't survive a hit from this. These guys just being level 1, so, you know, there's nothing to these, but over by the school where they are a little bit higher level, you will definitely find you might have to hit them once or twice. So anyway, let's go ahead and start crafting up our greater bandages, and then we're going to head over. We're going to place down our other storage chest here. I'm keeping my storage chest in the same shelter, so that way it's just easier to know where my stuff is at. I don't have to guess. Everything's all going to be in the one spot. So if you guys are wondering why I'm doing that and not sorting out right now, that's why. It's just simpler early game like this to just have everything in one spot. I was before putting a thing in, you know, each shelter so I could have everything sorted out and where I needed it, but I don't think that's necessary, to be honest. But anyway, we got our greater bandages, so we got 10 of them. They're 100 HP each. Let's go ahead and put them back up on our bar now before we forget to do so. And then, what else did we need to make? Yes, we were going to make some field point arrows, weren't we? So, what do we have? Yeah, that's enough to get us 100. Got enough cloth for it. Oh, I hate when I do that. Push the wrong button. Yeah. Now we gotta go through and send everything back. Alright. That. Don't remember what else we had in there at the moment. I think our stone, the chemicals can go in there. That should work good enough for now. Something like that, maybe. I honestly don't remember what we exactly had in there, so that's close enough. Let's head on over this bench now, and we're gonna make up some field point arrows and shoot this guy with our new bow. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see that line for shooting. Normally, if I'm not 100% sure where it's at, did I go? Okay, I was gonna say, did I go to the wrong bench? No, I didn't. Normally, if I can't see the bar because of like some lighting glare or something like that, I kind of have a general idea of where it's at. I've played the game enough to where I kind of more or less get a feel for the shots, and you know, you'll see me hit some pretty quick shots, and you'll also see me miss a lot. I'm pretty bad sometimes, and other times I can hit shots that surprise me as well. So anyway, we got ourselves these arrows now. Those are going to come in handy, like I said, when we capture the school. We'll be using them. When we go into the Area 1 layer, we'll be using them. But for around here right now, basic arrows are going to do more than enough for what we need. So, let's see here. We got some antibiotics and stuff left. Let's go over to our salvage bench shelter again. We're going to drop off everything we don't need. And then we're going to go over and have a look at the... Whoops, wrong one. Go into here. We need to keep some of this stuff. Now, I wouldn't suggest holding on to all of this. You're not going to need like a full stack of the stuff. You're only going to need a little bit. It doesn't cost that much to repair them. So don't think you're going to need like hundreds of them in order to repair your stuff. No, that's not the case. But you will need a bit, that is for sure. But don't feel like you need to have some monstrous pile of them on you. It doesn't work that way. It's not that horrible. But let's go ahead and we're gonna drop our other bottle of water over in here. This tainted one there. So those are going pretty good right now. We got tons of charcoal for when we're gonna start making gunpowder, which can be great. Let's head on over by the school. We're gonna check out what exactly is gonna happen. When we do get set up for taking the school over. I'm also going to show you guys a look at the scouts. Now, be fair warned, if you've never seen the scouts or been around them, they're very loud, very annoying when they are basically alerting to your presence. So just take note of that. Unfortunately, that can't be helped. They're just really, really annoying things like that. So it is what it is. Like I said, can't do much about that. If you don't like the noise, I'll tell you guys when to go ahead and mute it, because yeah, it's pretty loud, pretty obnoxious sound. But anyway, what's gonna happen when we go to take over this shelter is we're gonna repair that generator. Let me get rid of this guy here. Oops, missed. There we go. We're gonna repair that generator. Now, it does take a decent chunk of resources, not nearly as much as from here on out is going to, but 4 batteries and 4 power tools is by far the most expensive thing we've come across so far. But it is 10,000 HP to repair up and to defend. Now that sounds like a lot, but when you got big waves of zombies crashing into here, it doesn't take long for 10k to go to 0. I have failed taking this thing over many times, underestimating the zombies, trying to do it too early, tons of stuff like that. So anyway, what's going to happen is the zombies are going to spawn out here, and it's going to depend. They can come, I want to say, from like 4 to a wave to 10, I believe is max, and it will vary. I think it starts low and increases the spawn as it goes. Oh, I split the 2 of them. There we go. But it'll increase in spawn, and there is only a maximum amount of waves that can come, and then it's done. So if you do find yourself in a little bit of a predicament towards the end, know that there's only a maximum amount of waves that can spawn. Once you finish killing off all the waves that are allowed to spawn for something like this, you're all done. Now, just because the capture thing, now basically like with the shelters where you'll see that bar circle around till it says occupied, once you get it occupied, you still need to protect the generator. The zombies will continue to hammer on it even after you've occupied it, and you can lose it. So do take note of that. Once it says occupied, make sure you kill off everything that's aggroed onto the generator, because if you don't, you will lose it and have to go through the whole process again. So it is, it's not exactly fun to end up losing it that way. It sucks. It does. I've had that happen before where I've survived through, and I got it to where it said occupied, but they had it down to low enough health and were still beating on it while I was trying to med up, and I lost it. So it happens. But anyway, this is where you're going to come over to hack your scouts. You hear that noise? You get to hear a lot of that. So this is where you're going to want to mute it if you don't want to listen to that, because there's a bunch of them in here. I believe there's about a dozen of them, like 4 to each pen basically. And yeah, they're going to be very loud. That flashing thing you see is just their defense mechanism. If you're close enough, it will blind you. Only temporary though. But what happens is when the game clock gets to 22:15, that is when the robots have a chance to go into what I call standby mode, which basically puts them to sleep and allows you to hack them. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a hacking tablet, you're going to need a scout activation code, you're going to need power tools, and you're going to need gas. I will show the scout hack on camera. We will not get to show the enforcer hack on camera because it's just too dark, and it is it's not going to make for a good video to do the enforcer hack. I had tried to do it in our last season, and I had attempted to do it on camera. It just doesn't work. It's so dark. It's so hard to see exactly where the enforcers are and try to keep actively chatting during the video. It just makes for a very poor quality video. So unfortunately, I won't be doing the enforcer hack on camera. The only way I'd really want to do it on camera is if we basically put ourselves into like God mode, so I didn't have to worry about anything and could keep chatting with you guys. Otherwise, like I said, it just doesn't make for a good video. Me just sitting there trying to focus too much and being completely quiet. I just don't feel it would turn out to be good. So anyway, back to the school here. Once we occupy it, we'll basically get to go into any of them rooms that were locked. Now, once you occupy it, you are going to have to come and clear out the zombies if you have not already. That being said, they're not going to be any more difficult or any more easy once you occupy the place. But once you get them cleaned out, you can turn the generator on to run the water purifier in there and basically clean up, as many bottles of water in like a very quick fashion. You also get to use the other benches in here. You'll get access to the hacking tablet, the activation codes, and stuff like that for the scouts. So basically, after we take the school, probably the next video after that is going to be hacking the scouts. Now, I tend to hack basically however many I can. If there is only one asleep or in standby mode, I will just get that one. But if there is, say, 3 of them, I will try to get all 3 of them in the same night. Now, why? Because I tend to use anywhere from 3 to 5 scouts in my play. It's just how I like to go on like massive loot runs where I'm carrying back, upwards of 4,000 pounds or weight units of stuff. Especially when it comes to mining later on for, resin and aluminum, or even, doesn't even have to be for that, but for like metal as well. Our parts run up into Area 4. Another thing that we tend to get really heavy from. It just comes in so much handier. Plus, I like to have a scout that basically will hold just my repair materials for my weapons and armor. That way I don't have to hold on to as much of it myself, because later on, the repair materials are very heavy, and you need a significant number of them. So you're going to want either your weight limit to be super high, or you're going to want at least a scout to carry the stuff around for you. So, with that in mind, I'm going to spend the rest of the day just gathering some recycled metal and plastic, or the stuff for that, and do the salvaging down on it. That way we can make up some more field point arrows. We have plenty of stuff to repair our bat and our bow for taking over the school. And we're basically going to get ready for that. I'm going to try to level up a little bit too. I don't know how high a level I'm going to end up getting to, but I'm going to try to get up as high as possible. That way we can potentially get to a piece of hide armor, like the hide helmet maybe. But I don't think we're going to get that far. Maybe even the boots if possible. So that's going to be my plan. Next episode, we might take a shot at capturing this. If we don't, we're going to head from here and go up by Area 2 and see if we can't find some more, like, broken pistols and stuff like that, and try to get ourselves enough stuff to make one, because that would be pretty nice if we could just make a pistol. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So, like I said, we'll probably take a shot at the school, and if we don't, we're going to go up here for another loot run, try to find ourselves some more new stuff, maybe some other broken weapon parts as well. But that's the plan anyway, so thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you guys are enjoying them, make sure you guys take the time to hit that like button. Comment down below if you guys have played this game. Have you tried to take the school after that one update when they made it more difficult? And if so, how did you fare early game? What's the earliest any of you guys have taken over the school as well? I'd be pretty curious to know that. And as always, if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and you guys trigger those notification bells so you never miss out on a video. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys for the next one.